Podcasting live at the time we recorded it. From the studios in downtown Gulfport, Florida, it's WGAB, the GabCast.
Welcome back to WGAB, the GabCast, a Gabber newspaper production. I am Cameron Healy, the assistant editor, and I'm
Patrick Heinzen. I'm the news and politics reporter, and we are sitting here in the Wine House once again, the official sponsor of the GabCast, and I'm enjoying some wine. Cam is a lightweight. This
Hydrate or dihydrate, baby.
Anyways, we're here in the Wine House, and we're going to be talking today about some stuff that's in this week's paper. I think we're going to start off by talking about something that has been around in a way in Gulfport for a very long time, but now has a new name, and that's Out Arts and Culture.
Yeah, what's all that about?
So
honestly?
Out Arts and Culture was formerly the LGBTQ Resource Center as part of the library. And they decided to form their own organization for kind of, not that the library was holding them back, but they've gained enough traction to be their own entity. So now they have their own kind of head of they have the board president, Paul Raker.
Okay.
And he is, like I said, the president of this organization, and they run events that you might know, Read Out, Art Out,
Okay, yeah.
stuff like that. But something that they're bringing new to this year, on May 31st, they're having the first Audi Awards Gala. And I'm saying that right. It is G-A-Y-L-A.
Gala.
And it's to celebrate the LGBTQ community, and not just people who are a part of that community, but people who support that community. And it's from 7 to 10 at the casino down on Beach Boulevard.
Nice.
And it sounds awesome. I mean, they're going to be having the dress code is they said Gulfport glam. So they said you can wear anything from sequins and tuxedos to khakis and flip-flops. You can show up in anything.
Yeah.
They're not going to judge that. And it's just about having a good time, dancing, and celebrating the community. They're giving out the Audi Awards, which are this year, there's 8 total awards given out to different organizations who have been very important in the formation and structure of Out Arts and Culture.
Okay,
so
nice.
They're going to be recognizing the Public Library, Florida Humanities, the Pinellas Community Foundation, Raymond James Pride Inclusion Network, Watermark LGBTQ Media, Gulfport, Stetson College of Law. And they're also going to be recognizing the 2019 LGBTQ Resource Center board that began this whole process of making this its own entity and pushing for this to be kind of a bigger deal in Gulfport, because Gulfport is a very inclusive town. You see people, rainbow flags all around.
I was going to say, this place has rainbow flags like everywhere.
Yeah, it's great. I mean, people are very open with their sexuality here, and it's a very welcoming town. And I think that this kind of shows that not only is that something the community feels, but it's something that the people can continue to work for. Just because you can feel comfortable here doesn't mean that it's the best. And
it's embraced here for sure.
There's still more that can be done with just making sure that it's celebrated in the same way that other people are not other people, but it's good to make sure that it's celebrated in the same way that everybody's celebrated in Gulfport. And I think that this is a really good way to kind of look at that and recognize people, like I said, part of that community and supporting the LGBTQ community. And I spoke with Paul. He is very excited about it. It's his first major event.
Yeah, right.
And he just seemed so excited about the idea of bringing this to the people. He was super happy about something that can be kind of signature to Gulfport, can happen every year. And although this year they chose the organizations getting the awards, in the next years they really want to look towards community input, because the organization is a community organization. It's their goal to get input from the community and provide that back to the community. Hear who deserves these awards and then award them that, you know?
Right? Yeah, they deserve it.
It's harder for them to find everybody, you know? And I think that it's really cool. I've enjoyed every event that I've been at the casino, and this definitely seems like one that I would enjoy as well.
Right.
It's hosted by award-winning drag performer, I believe, Brianna Summers and DJ Lucy Blue.
Nice.
And it's on May 31st, which coincidentally is
right before.
right before Pride.
Yeah.
Gulfport, the Pride celebration in Gulfport is June 1st.
Yes. So,
And then the rest of the month, obviously, is Pride Month. Art Arts and Culture also has art out for all of
nice.
June. So I believe at the library, they're going to have local LGBTQ community art on display. And it definitely seems just awesome. I'm very excited for this event, and I hope that it's something that can be continued year after year and celebrate the people who make Gulfport what it is and who make Gulfport inclusive and welcoming to a lot of other people.
And it's such a good, like, start up into Pride Month, like you said. Yeah. So that'll be really exciting. Is it free, did you say, or no?
I don't believe so.
Since it's
I think there's tickets.
I was like going to say
Yeah.
at the casino, there's usually a price to pay.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be that expensive. And I know they're going to be having desserts and drinks and
So definitely a ticket will be needed.
yeah, but it's I don't think it'll be that expensive. I'm sure that they want as many people there as possible.
Yeah.
And I think that it'll be a lot of fun.
That's so cool.
I think everybody should go as if you want to buy a ticket for it and support the community, go with friends, go with whoever and enjoy. Because it's something that you're not going to find everywhere. I mean, I remember where I grew up, they never had anything like this.
So it's a little different world for you.
Yeah, it's just really cool because it's like, I obviously they have, like I said, art out and read out and all of that, but I didn't think that they had any sort of like celebration specifically just to celebrate the community as a whole, the LGBTQ community as a whole, and this is that.
And it's exciting to have a place, a safe space to
Definitely.
have a celebration and know that everybody there is in favor of supporting that community.
Yeah, and I hope that the people who go feel even more welcome when they leave. You know?
Of course. But yeah, so talking about community engagement, we love that. Our little friendly neighbor, South Pasadena, just started integrating more art into the community through a partnership with Creative Pinellas. So they just, April 29th, finished their second round of the selected artists for South Pasadena Murals project, which is super sick because Creative Pinellas and the city work together to choose designs and artists that applied to put a mural anywhere on Pasadena Avenue. So they're just trying to, what they say is beautify like the area. There's a lot of Florida that is full of art. You can go anywhere in Gulfport, there's a mural. Anywhere in St. Pete, there's a mural. So the fact that South Pasadena was like, we don't have enough, and they wanted to put more, that just feels like Florida to me, and I love that. So it was really cool to see that Creative Pinellas wanted to engage with them and make that happen to make the community a little bit prettier, honestly. Just like having nice, pretty murals around, it makes it so lively. So they've been working on this since June 2023 is when they had their first call for artists for their first round. So they had 3 locations for the first round, and then they chose 3 artists that were Pinellas-based or artists that really engage with this area and the county in general. So they had about a month and a half, I think, to do that, the first round in October and November. So there's 3 locations on Pasadena Ave that are from the first round. The second round, they had a call for artists December of 2023. And then they had the selected artists. They announced them in February of this year. So it's only been about like 7 months of just like overall having new murals.
Yeah.
So there's 6 new murals in South Pasadena, and they're really pretty. I went to go see 2 of them. So they were right next to each other too. So there was one at Kimberly Nails at 800 Pasadena Ave South, and the Pasadena Bar and Grill at 796 Pasadena Ave South. And so those were 2 out of the 3 of the second round of artists.
So is the mural on the side of Pasadena Liquors part of this as well?
Yes, that was the first round. That was in the
So
first round.
I remember I have driven past there a bunch to like get to the beach.
I was going to say, it's like on the corner, so it's like you can see it. Yeah, that one's really pretty, and I'm not entirely sure who painted that one, but we do have an article about it. I don't know it off the top of my head, guys. It is online, so you can actually find both of our stories about the artists that were selected from both rounds on our website at thegabber.com. So, thegabber.com. So, I went to go see those 2 from the second round, and the one at the Pasadena Bar and Grill was painted by Sydney Prusso. So sorry if I'm saying anybody's names wrong. Just trying to read. So she made a really huge painting of a blue heron, like spreading its wings, like ready to fly off of some pond or a body of water. Where do they go? Are they like more of like a bay thing, a ocean vibe? I'm not entirely sure.
But I feel like I've only ever seen them in like ponds and stuff, but I feel like they're everywhere.
Yeah, so she did that, and all of these are approved. So they have to go through the city and Creative Pinellas to have their design. So they get selected, and then they give the design of what they want, and if it goes along with their ideals. So hers was selected, and she did a really cool toned. Everything was blue, green, white, and yellow. So it was it felt like I was honestly in like an Oasis vibe when I was like, I didn't think it was a bar at first. I was like, whoa, that's so pretty. And then I was like, that's what I'm actually looking for to take a picture of. And it was like at a bar. I was like, whoa, that's so sick.
You're just driving by and you're like, oh, that's cool. And then you're like, wait a minute.
That's what I was looking for. So, and then it's like the bar's on the right side, and then on the other side of the street is Kimberly Nails, which is where the other painting was from the second round, which, again, names. Jimena, and she wrote, oh my God, not wrote, she painted. I've done that like twice today. She painted I said, what did I write?
She played a picture, and I was like, played?
Guys, I'm actually good at my job, I swear. So Jimena Sousa, she painted 2 pictures next to each other. So there's a large like diagonal dash in between on the side of Kimberly Nails. And one side is like kind of like a tropical forest. There's like yellows, oranges. Are you bored of her paintings?
No, I've yawned like twice. I'm sorry.
Bruh. The audacity. She really painted, and you're going to yawn. Oh, brother. Anyways.
I'm sorry.
So she painted on one side of this wall, just a bunch of leaves. I'm not entirely sure what the plant is called, but it was orange, yellow, and this dark green, and it was very pretty. And then on the other side was this ocean scene of a mahi fish jumping out of the water, and it's huge and very vibrant. If like you've seen pictures of them, they're like green and yellow, and yeah, they got big heads. So they are just ginormous. So she did that, kind of gives that Florida vibe of just fishing out by the water, because the water's right there in South Pasadena. So it's right there. And so she made that, and all of them are covered. The Creative Pinellas covers the costs of the supplies and such. Really cool. But everybody's murals are a little bit bigger and smaller. Like the Kimberly Nails one, that is definitely a smaller wall. I want to say it was like maybe like
the Pasadena Liquors one is big.
No, it's huge. It's huge. And then even the bar and grill one that I just saw, that one was very like wide too. So it definitely ranges, and that's where the costs come in. I'm not entirely sure what the exact numbers are, because Kathy really wanted to know. And I was like, sorry, Kathy, I don't know. Not right now. I'll find out though. So they all cover those costs though. So it was really cool that they can give local artists, especially just Pinellas County artists, the space, supplies, and time to kind of show their own creativity and keep it up in the community in places that you wouldn't expect it. Like, I wouldn't expect it on the side of a nail salon that's also in a plaza. So, and then even the bar is in a plaza. The liquor store is in a plaza. There's one that I think that's the winery. There's a Florida winery. It's like near the 10 Pins bowling lane, I think.
Yep.
Yeah, they also have one that's over there. And that one was from the first round.
Huh.
And then the other location for the second round was at the South Pasadena Shopping Center. And so that was really cool to see all of those paintings and see how you can move one tiny like picture that somebody draws and sketches out to be this huge, like, mind-blowing photo of a scene, and something that can really stick with people too. Like you said, you can see the liquor store's painting in your head right now. You're like, yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
And I'm not a person who like really loves paintings or visual art like that as much. I love photographs, but like paintings and stuff, it's harder for me to get into. But when I'm driving by street art, or I see like a cool mural, or even just graffiti or something that's really, it catches the eye quickly while you're driving past it or something like that. Yeah. That definitely speaks more to me, and I love seeing murals. I like seeing the murals in Gulfport. I love the dog mural. And just all around the area, there's, like you said, there's a lot of art that's just public art in a way that you don't think about it. Like, it's not sculptures in a park. It's just a mural on the side of a building that you see and can really hit you. And it's really cool.
And that's exactly what they were going for. They wanted it to be something that brings colors and liveliness to a community and have also impactful scenes and pictures. So
even like like I'm living in St. Pete, when you're coming into Gulfport, you can tell you're in Gulfport because there was the donkey mural, and then on the other side there's the smoke shop with the big vibrant colors.
They've had just the craziest
all around.
And even Julio's Empanadas, they have the most, like, I feel like it's not Florida. Like, that is just it has a scene.
It's just so interesting because it's like you don't think about it as like the smoke shop. You don't think about it as like a piece of art. You're just like, oh, it's drawing you to the smoke shop. But when you don't think about it, you can tell you're in Gulfport because you hit that border and you're like, oh, look at all this color.
Yeah,
you're
even
like,
when you're going down Gulfport Boulevard, that's where there's the mural that I wrote about the Earth Day. They did the Earth Day mural with kids. His students made it, and that's right there. And then even a little bit down was the Florida Cannabis Store. They have the gators with the cowboy hats. Those are so cute. It's everywhere and anywhere you go.
It really does bring color to, like, because like you said, a lot of Florida has art because the parts of Florida that don't have art are very like nature focused. Yeah. And then there's nature focused, and then there's cities. And in the cities they bring that color with art. Yeah. And especially, I mean, St. Pete, Sarasota, there's a lot of, like, art museums and stuff around here. It's a very art-focused community. Yeah, exactly. And it's very cool to see that spilling out into just, like, daily life. Right. So it was really nice to see all of their work and paintings be recognized and continue to brighten communities. All of this art is making me hungry for more art. What? Yummy art. I can't wait. What's happening? What's the other art? The other art, the more art, is right next door at Brenda McMahon's gallery. So I don't think right on the other side of this wall because it's the ice cream shop. I can't see it. There's a wall in the way. But Brenda McMahon, many of you know her. Her gallery is right here on the corner of Beach Boulevard. And the gallery has been there since 2019. It's been a place for Gulfport local artists to showcase their art. Brenda has her own art there. And just this past Friday, for the first Friday Art Walk, she unveiled a brand new part of her gallery. Yay. So she knocked down the wall in between her gallery and what was formerly Custom House Decor. Yep. And made that another gallery space with even more art, even more even more color, new dimensions. Yeah. It's really cool. I was in there the other day, kind of before the opening technically. Yeah. But I spoke with some people in there. I spoke with an artist in there. Her name is Gila, and she's immigrant from Iran. But
wow.
she talked about how, like, she lives in Town Shores, and this is a place she can walk to, and her art was being sold on the wall.
Oh, nice.
And it's like,
yeah.
she talked about Brenda being such a welcoming person and supporting the art community. And I spoke with Brenda, and she's definitely that. She spoke about how one of her biggest goals with her gallery is to make sure that artists can make a living.
Yeah.
Because it's very difficult for artists to make a living based on their passion. But that's a way to do it.
Of course.
If they don't want to go into art shows or they can't go to your local gallery, because she moved here in 2007, and she was so happy that it's such an artistic community, yet there aren't that many galleries.
Yeah.
And she said, well, that's something that I can do. So then a couple of years later, she opened up her gallery, and she's really, a lot of the artists are people that she's known and very well-known artists in Gulfport. And she's definitely hoping to continue to spotlight them. But she's also really excited to bring in kind of newer artists. She talked a lot about how much she loves when a younger artist or somebody who's kind of new to it, you can see their talent and you can like feel how good they are.
And their passion too.
Yeah, exactly.
Just,
It's like just starting and you're like, wow, this is amazing. And they're just starting this. They're going to go so far. And she loves being a part of that journey for them.
Yeah, she's a place for them to start the journey as well.
And so she's very excited. They're going to have more events. They're going to do more for the community. One of the other things that Gila was talking about when I spoke with her was it's interesting to have a gallery like this because when you're next to St. Pete, every other city around St. Pete is small.
Yeah.
This is a reason for people to come to Gulfport.
Yeah.
Like it's another thing that makes Gulfport unique is, oh, there's a Gulfport art gallery here.
And a gallery that people recognize as like significant to the community.
Oh yeah, I mean, like I said, if you walk up and down Beach Boulevard, you've probably been in Brenda's gallery.
Oh
and
yeah,
you've seen her
I've
art.
been in there so many times. Yeah.
And she's been more than happy to direct you around and talk to you about the art.
And I'm glad she has the expansion because her spot was small, but there was so many pieces in there, and now she has this more space to show and display. And
one of the things about it is a lot of the pieces that are on display are bigger pieces.
Yeah,
there's some like sectional pieces. It was interesting because like one wall was all of these beautiful nature scenes of birds and the ocean and stuff, and then another was scenes of like Gulfport, just like the city. There was people interacting with nature, and it almost seemed focused without needing to be. Like you can tell if you walk in there once, you'll recognize the art.
Yeah.
And then you walk in there the second time and you know who painted that because
you
you already saw it and you saw their other work, and it's really, really cool to just see all of that. And right now it's mostly painting and ceramic, like small ceramic pieces, but she's really hoping that with this new space she can bring in more different
other
dimensional
medias
work,
of
like
art,
sculptures or metal work. And she spoke about how interesting it is to like learn more about people she knew, because Elizabeth Neely is a very well-known and well-respected artist here in Gulfport. She's been doing and she's been friends with Brenda forever, and she's well-known for her fiber art. She makes art with like fibers and stuff. But Brenda was telling me she didn't even realize how great of a painter she was until she was like, yeah, I have a painting to put on display.
Yeah.
She's like, I didn't realize you're a painter.
What?
Like,
Who said you had all these talents?
But then
she
said that she saw the painting and she was just blown away because it's like, it's giving artists an ability to expand their art.
Yeah.
Because her gallery is expanding. And
it's like
really
a different
cool
form of networking too for them. So then they're able to expand their places that they belong in and they're showcasing, and it's just nice to see.
Yeah. It's also Brenda knows every artist in Gulfport.
Oh my God, actually, for real.
So if you are a struggling artist and you need some guidance or somebody who
Brenda will be there.
if you have a type of art that you don't know who to sell it to, Brenda does. So go to Brenda's gallery and she'll find somebody for you.
She's got plenty of contacts.
And she's more than happy to talk to you about anything.
I was going to say, she's definitely somebody you can talk to about art easily and not have a problem or like not even be nervous. Like it won't be an awkward conversation.
Yeah, I don't know anything about
passionate.
Visual art, and she's very easy to talk to about it.
Yeah.
So. And she wanted to stress that it's like, it's not going to be more of the same. Not that what it wasn't great.
Oh, yeah.
But she wants to do more development for the community and make it a space not just to look at art, but learn about art and talk about art. And there's some chairs in the new gallery that you can sit in and look at the art with like a table.
Yeah, that's great.
And you can sit with people and talk about it and learn more about the artists. The artists are mainly local, so there's a good chance you'll run in. Excuse me. The artists are mainly local, so there's a good chance you'll run into one when you're there. And they'll just be hanging out and talking about art. And if you want to learn more, just head over there and they'll help you out.
Yeah. So it's been great talking about lots of culture, communities, and lots of art this week.
I'm full.
I'm full of art. I am so full of art. So see us next week. Read our stories this week. And keep coming back to the Gabber newspaper. This is WGAB, the GabCast. Bye.